town, summer in the city. Welcome back. Today for you, I have my next Empties video. So last year I filmed an entire year of Empties because I kept forgetting to do it. But now I'm filming and it's July, so I'm about halfway through. So now I get to show you half a year of Empties, garbage, recycling, products that I've used completely up. As before, it's a lot of skincare, sunscreen. You'll see some repeats from my last one, but I'll try to breeze through those quickly and be a little more succinct than my last Empties video. It should be doable. It's only half a year of trash. Now I have my personal air conditioning going here. I've turned off all my fans to get rid of the white noise, but there's lots of ACs and fans running in my neighborhood, so sorry if you hear that in the background. Okay, where to begin? Why don't I breeze through things that we know we love? We know we're purchasing again and again. Dove Original 24-hour invisible solid antiperspirant. It's my deodorant of choice, has been for years. And as it turns out, I use on average 1 per month. That's good to know. I'm already glad I did an Empties video. Great for budgeting and planning purposes. Again, Batiste Dry Shampoo seems to be my go-to clean and classic original scent. I've used one in 6 months. I'm not using as much dry shampoo because honestly, I haven't gone out much since March. And I hope that you haven't gone out much since March either. Let's talk body lotions. So some repeats from last time. This Nivea Care Intensive Nourishment Non-Greasy Cream. I like this a lot. I haven't used it since this one because I was trying to get through some others in my arsenal. But I think I'll come back to this one because I do really like it. Love the smell. It is not greasy on the skin, as the name suggests. That's it for now. Much loved Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion. This is a lotion that I believe my mother also uses, and so there's usually a few kicking around our home. And so I have used up a bunch of these, about 3 of them, and they are very good because there's not a lot to them. And sometimes that's what I want in a lotion. Something that I know is not going to smell funny or pill up on the skin, leave greasy marks on my sheets at night, that kind of thing. But I have decided after this last big container of Aveeno that it's not doing enough for me. Like, it's moisturizing my skin, but I don't find that it's long lasting. So I'll put it on at night, and then by the morning, I'm like, did I even moisturize? But in a pinch, it's a good feeling one in the moment. I alluded to this one in my last Empties video when I talked about the Ameliorate lotion that I tried, which was supposed to help with keratosis pilaris, KP, chicken skin. I've also recently seen it referred to as strawberry skin, which I get, but yeah, so it's the little red bumps that I have that you can't really see on camera. These little red bumps, I think it's associated with the hair follicles on your body. And so the Ameliorate did work, but it was very expensive and it smelled terrible. And I came across this one on well.ca, and it uses alpha hydroxy acid So it uses an AHA of lactic acid. It says 12% per part. And it says for moderate to severe dry skin such as ichthyosis. Ichthyosis. Relieves rough skin, scaling, and associated itching. And it certainly did do that. It performed pretty much the same as the Ameliorate. I had the same results in that it made my skin smooth, but it did not remove the visibility of the spots associated with KP. So to the touch, it felt smooth, but you could still see the little spots. And so that's not ideal for me. I was hoping that there would be a product, and this might be impossible, that would reduce the look of the spots as well as the feel. But this was a heck of a lot cheaper. I want to say this was only $10 to $12. And the Ameliorate was about $30. So more than twice the price. So check that out. You can get this easily shipped to Canada. The one thing I will say is do not get this on your face. The percentage of lactic acid, I think, is just far too high. You'll see lactic acid in skincare products designed for the face, like chemical exfoliators, but it's, as far as I know, it's a much lower percentage in those products. And I say that because I think I maybe touched my face after putting it on my arms and legs, and it was not pleasant. It stung quite a bit. Which I guess is just a warning that a lot of products made for your body you can use on your face and vice versa, but this is not one of them. I don't think I'll repurchase this anytime soon, but if I find that the spots get rougher or worse on my skin, I would go back to this for sure. Okay, so while we're talking about body lotion, body care, this is exciting to me. I finished this entire bottle of 100% pure avocado oil. High heat cooking oil. But I use this on my body. Specifically, I use this as a face cleanser. Pardon me. So I do oil cleansing to wash my face. And I have done basically since I met Julie Clark from Province Apothecary. And so this is what I use to remove my makeup. I typically do not wash my face unless I am wearing makeup, so to remove my makeup at night. And that's for a number of reasons. I have quite dry skin, and so unless there's something I really need to remove, I won't wash my face. And I also swim a lot, so I'm in and out of the water, in and out of the shower and baths quite frequently. So I don't always find the need to do an extra step of a cleanser in the morning or before bed unless I'm wearing makeup. Also, I use this from time to time as a body oil. So I keep this in my bathroom in one of those pump soap dispensers. And so I'll use 1 or 2 pumps to wash my face. And on my body, I'll put it all over head to toe, H to T, after a bath or shower when my skin is still damp. I don't do that all the time because it can stain my bed sheets. So that's more of a like during the day type thing, or like when my skin is really dry. I'll also throw a few pumps of it into my baths at night to keep my skin soft. It's like an overall MVP oil for me. Yeah, if you want an in-depth video about oil cleansing and how I do it, let me know. As I mentioned, I had never heard of oil cleansing until I met Julie. And in my first consultation with her, we did like a skin assessment and I brought the products that I had been using. And she was like, first of all, stop using cleanser. And I was like, what do you mean? How could we do that? And at the time I was using an La Roche-Posay cleanser called Effaclar that I loved. Loved the smell of it. It removed my makeup really easily. But Julie pointed out that it was not doing my dry skin any favors. It was really just stripping whatever natural oils that I did have left in my skin. And it was just, even though it's made for sensitive skin and is like a non-soap product, it still has like a lot of harsh chemicals and detergents in it. So she told me about oil cleansing, and I was like, how could that even work? How can you put oil on your face and it becomes clean rather than dirty? But she talked me through it, and I have not used a face cleanser since. Pretty life-changing magic? The life-changing magic of oil cleansing. So glad to be done with that bottle. Took me a long time to get through that. Definitely a year at least. So it's also very cost effective to oil cleanse and use that as body oil. The reason I use avocado oil is because I find that it is regularly available, usually quite affordable. And Julie advised me to just use a light oil. So avocado oil, I've also used apricot oil or almond oil in the past. Something like olive oil, or I know a lot of people use coconut oil, that can start to be heavier on the skin. But those three work great for me. I'm rhyming and it's not easy. Finally, the last kind of lotion product I have is this Eucerin Original Rich Cream for sensitive dry to very dry skin, fragrance free, and came in this tub, which I was excited about because, as you can see from the carnage of this container, these pump containers I love at first, but then you can't get everything out. So I thought that buying this container of Eucerin was super smart, because I could scoop out what I need and make sure that I got every last bit of it. But I found that this formula is quite different than the original Eucerin in the pump top. This was so thick that it was almost like too exhausting on my hands to work it into my skin. It was a lot of work. I got through it. The original Eucerin is very good. I know Nicola Chapman from Pixi recommended it for if you want to have like a glow to your skin. So she would put it on her arms and legs, not just as a moisturizer, but as like a body highlight. And it's a really lovely cream. I recommend it, especially if you have sensitive skin. But it took me like a year to get through that tub. It was so much work. So I won't be opting for that one again. While I think of it, while I have you here, I did record myself doing my makeup today. So if you want to see how I did this look, let me know in the comments. I haven't checked the footage. Maybe it'll be okay. I used the House Laboratories Stupid Love palette. And I think it looks cool. Okay. This is a big one. Quite literally, a big conditioner. This is the salon size of the Kevin Murphy Hydrate Me Rinse Kakadu Plum Infused Moisture Delivery System for Colored Hair. So this is a conditioner that I have used off and on for many years. And I started using it because it's what my stylist uses. And I really like it. Love the smell. Cockadoo plum. Cockadoodie. And Kevin Murphy, I feel like they've got some pretty good principles to their brand. I don't remember exactly, but they try to reduce chemicals in their products, and I think they have some good sustainability practices. Don't quote me on that. And is it expensive? Yeah. But this entire thing lasts me maybe 2 years. That's a really long time. And I don't always go directly to my salon for this, but a lot of beauty supply stores will carry it, and I think I paid about $60, which when you think about it is insane for conditioner, but when you prorate that over 12 to 24 months, it's a steal. And the regular size, like the retail size, is so small compared to this big jumbo one that I was going through it really quickly, and it just wasn't cost effective, but this is. It makes your hair really smooth and silky. I find that you don't need a lot of it either. Yeah, goes to show it took me 2 years to get through this. So yeah, you don't need a lot of it. Keep in mind, it lasted me that long because I dye my hair at home myself. Thank you so much. And the box of hair dye that I use comes with a conditioner that I use, once a week or so. So that kind of balances out how much of a store-bought conditioner I'll need. But yeah, great product. I'll probably repurchase it, and maybe I'll finish it another 2-3 years from now. Here's hoping. This is a shampoo that was recommended to me by the lovely Fran Allen from Province Apothecary. I saw her for a facial, and I told her that I was getting a lot of really dry skin, flaky skin around my hairline. Not behaving exactly like dandruff, but just flakes, and it wasn't throughout, just in certain places. So she recommended this Philip Adam shampoo, which is an apple cider vinegar shampoo. Biodegradable, no parabens, no harsh preservatives, no dyes, no animal testing, no animal byproducts. Oh my god, it just keeps going. There's nothing in this. And this was intriguing to me because I had read about some home remedies for dry scalp where you use apple cider vinegar and you rinse it in your hair. That can be a little bit complicated and smelly and messy. So I thought this was great that this is what she recommended. Very nice shampoo. It did not solve the problem for me. So it might be just a longer journey for me to solve that problem. Shampoo is one of those things that I don't think about in the same way as conditioner or other hair care products. It's kind of like, did it clean? Yes or no. Maybe you have a different experience with shampoo, but even my stylist was like, spend the money on the conditioner and you can scrimp a bit on the shampoo. I bought this on well.ca because I'm not sure where you can get it in stores. Probably some health food stores. I'm not sure exactly. Here's a supplement you've seen before. My Heavenly Sleep Liquid Melatonin. Can't live with this. Can't live with this. Can't live without this. Can't sleep without this. Can't live without sleep. I went through one bottle, but I've replaced this since, so it didn't last me 6 months, obviously, probably 2-3 months. 2-3 months. Delicious. Take it every night. This little bottle, what does it say? Agua de Rosas, Tonificados Natural, no added colors, and that's all the Spanish that I understand from the label. But I know what this is. It's rose water, naturally sourced from Mexico. My mother is very lucky to spend most of the fall and winter in Mexico since she's retired, and she knows that I use rose water on my skin, and so she brought this back for me, and it's very nice, very simple, not much to it, but I don't want a lot to it, and it's much more affordable to get it there than here. So I've already finished this and then went back to my Province Apothecary spritz toner. But I'll be happy to receive more of these in the future from Mexico. Speaking of Province Apothecary, I won't talk about them too much. I'll just show you kind of what I went through these past few months. So 2 of these rejuvenating and hydrating face serums, and 2 protecting and restoring face balms. That's pretty good. 2 for 2. I have since repurchased both of these products and continue to use them and love them. I did an entire video on my in-depth skincare routine with Province Apothecary, so I'll link that and you can watch that, and then let me know if you have questions. Something I should mention that I forgot to in my last Empties is that I don't recycle these with my other trash, with my other Empties. I actually save them, and then the next time I'm going to Province Apothecary, to their retail store and skin clinic, I return them because they have a direct recycling program. So you can ensure that the packaging is going to be recycled properly. It goes right back to wherever they manufacture. So that's great. And I think it's like if you bring in 6 items or something, you get a free lip balm. So nice. So nice. This also took me a very long time to go through, but it's something I've already repurchased. It's the Tresemmé Thermal Creations. It's a heat protector spray. I have used this for years. I find it works well to protect my hair from damage. And I also like that the mist sprays out really large and fine. I get annoyed when you have a spray product and how do I explain this? It's not fine enough. Like it's a splash instead of a mist. So then part of your hair is soaked and part of it isn't. And for this kind of product, that's annoying because you want it to evenly distribute through your hair. Especially because I often put this on dry hair before tonging my locks, before curling my hair. You can also put it on damp, works just as well. The other thing I like about this type of product is even though I have very thick hair and a lot of it can get weighed down very easily, maybe because it is thick and heavy. So I always prefer liquid mist products compared to gels, mousses, creams, pomades, waxes, etc. I do use them sometimes, but I like the lightness of a spray. Already repurchased, but unfortunately they changed the scent and now it smells terrible. You win some, you lose some. This is an interesting product for me. This is Glossier's Solution. It's called the Exfoliating Skin Perfector. It's a 10% AHA, BHA, PHA, salicylic acid acne treatment. Now, I don't really get acne too often. I wouldn't call my skin acne prone. However, I use this as a chemical exfoliant. So the name can be a little misleading, but that's what drew me to it when it first came out. I know that Katie Jane Hughes was part of the testing of it or development of it, and so she was using it a lot, and I even asked her once on her Instagram, is this okay for sensitive skin? Because I've been terrified by this type of product, like a old-fashioned kind of astringent product, because my skin is sensitive and I've always been prone to just like to irritation, essentially irritation, allergic reactions. But because my skin is dry, it can often look dull, and even though physical exfoliators are recommended time and time for sensitive skin, I do find that sometimes it can be just too much on my skin. The redness that I get after using a physical exfoliator is so extreme sometimes. So yeah, after that recommendation from Katie, I just went for it, tried it. Always very exciting getting something from Glossier, but it was about $30. It lasted me, I think, probably a good year. It lasted a long time. I bought it around the time that it did launch. And I was still very careful when using it because exfoliating your skin in any way, especially chemical exfoliants, you remove a layer of your skin, and so you become even more photosensitive. And I'm already very photosensitive, so I would mostly use this at night. If I used it during the day, I would definitely put lots of sunscreen on right after, and then, tried to wear a hat or what have you. And I like the effect of a chemical exfoliant. When I'm finding that my skin is looking dull, I want to get that surface layer out of there. Bye-bye. Yeah, you just use a cotton pad, wipe it around. It's great. That being said, since I finished this, I have not found the need for a chemical exfoliant in the way that I used to. Maybe it's because I've been indoors so much this year, as we all have. I'm not sure what to say about that. When I feel the need, I will buy this again. Oh my god, how could I forget? After finishing this, I thought I would dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. I tried that other famous one, Pixi Glow Tonic. I hear about that all the time. I hear it compared to the Glossier Solution and vice versa. Been wanting to try it for years, and a month or two ago at Shoppers, I just went for it. Bought a bottle, and after 2 weeks of using it, it irritated my skin a little bit more than this, but it broke me out, which is unusual because it's often called an acne treatment to use something with, salicylic acid, AHAs, witch hazel. Yeah, and for someone that's not prone to acne, I think it's extra unusual that a product would break me out. You might remember in some of my other videos, I have this gross patch of grossness around my mouth. I think that was from that as well. So I stopped using that, and within a couple weeks, my skin came back to normal. So Pixi Glow Tonic, not repurchasing. I've already posted it on Buns, so someone else can have it. No sorry Bob, no thanks. Here's a quick one, but kind of exciting for me. I have some makeup that I finished or just have to throw out. Woohoo! Firstly, Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is basically orange. It's gone off. And normally I wouldn't treat myself so well, but I'm gonna just get rid of it. I tend to keep beauty products way too long, so bye-bye. In that same vein, this Revlon Photo Ready powder is also orange, and it never used to be, and it's broken, so goodbye. Clarins concealer. This concealer is great and it lasts forever, to the point where I bought a backup when it was on sale, and I still haven't finished the first one, but it's also turned and gone orange. And you'd think based on my look I'd like that, but nope. So yeah, there's still a bit left in this, but I can't use it on my skin. It's too dark. It's too orange. Goodbye. I feel dumb when stuff like this happens, but this eyeliner from Revlon is completely dried out. It's dry, it's gone. It was like a creamy black eyeliner. A few bucks down the drain. But on a more pleasant note, here's some makeup that I love that I actually just completely used up and got all my money's worth. The Pretty Easy Liquid Liner. This is probably my favorite liquid liner. There's still a little bit left, but it's just not as black as it used to be. And if I don't throw it out, I'm going to keep reaching for it and being disappointed in it, even though I have a newer one that is very black and works very well. No shocker here, but Sam Chapman turned me onto this eyeliner. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, you know, she says good things about it, but it was about $25. And then I was browsing the nightmare that is the Sephora Rewards Bazaar, where you can usually not get anything that's available. Anything that's good is like 20,000 points and they sell out right away. But they had a 500 point perk that was this little gift set from Clinique, and it included this full size and a lipstick, a mascara, a black honey almost lipstick, a makeup remover, all this stuff for 500 points, which is basically no money in real dollars. And yeah, so I used up my points twice for that, just to get 2 of these liners. Best money I ever didn't spend. Look at this. This is so satisfying. Have you ever used up a lip liner? I think this is the first one I've ever used up without losing first. This, oh my god, I can still see the name. Okay, this is a MAC Pro Longwear Lip Liner in the shade Kiss Me Quick. The little tiny bit that is left has dried out. Can't really get much out of there. But my goodness, I don't have a regular one to show you a comparison, but oh, I'm so proud of myself. I've had this for so long that I purchased it at the time that I purchased MAC's Russian Red lipstick for the first time, which used to be like my go-to classic red, and it's a gorgeous lipstick. I can't recommend it enough. And this was recommended to me to pair with it by one of the staff there. It's a great blue-red. Not sure if they make it anymore. But yeah, Russian Red. It's a classic for a reason. I found out that it's what Madonna wore on the Blonde Ambition tour. So I had to have it. The last makeup empty that I'm proud to share with you, I used up my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is the shade 3. I already had a backup locked and loaded of this one because it is one of my favorite foundations. And the backup I got on Buns, so I didn't have to spend the like $70 that this costs. But I have to say it's worth it. And I even took the bottle apart and scraped inside to get every last bit of it. So yeah, I already have this again. And I probably will keep purchasing it, but we'll see. It's a beautiful foundation. I hated it at first, and I thought I had wasted $70. It just took a little bit of time for me to work out which tools to use with it and what skin prep to use. But it's great, and I think it's a good match for me. A little bit warm, but I usually use this online to compare to other foundations. Luminous Silk. Finally. I talk about this in my skincare video. This is the Dermalogica Professional Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF 50 Broad Spectrum. A medium weight emollient daily moisturizer with SPF 50. So in my skincare routine, I talk about how I got this on Buns earlier in the year, and it's taken me a while to get through it, but I really like it because it doesn't feel like sunscreen. It feels like you're putting on a moisturizer that happens to have a high SPF in it. However, since recording that video, I looked it up and found out how much it costs retail. It's over $100. Like, I knew I was getting a good deal in my Buns trade. I traded for a concealer. Yeah, it's good, but it's not $100 good. It's very nice It's a chemical sunscreen, and other than that, the only negative is that I found that if I did not rub it in my face really, really, really well, it did pill a little bit on my skin, which is not pleasant. Not for $100. Definitely not. Funny thing about this, though, is the woman who traded me for it said she didn't like it because of the smell. And it's not fragranced, but the products or the ingredients have a very distinct smell. Like I see that there's clove and some other like natural elements in this. And I like the smell because it smells like my Kevin Murphy Kakadu Plum conditioner. So I was like, oh, you don't like the smell? Oh, I hope I'll like it. And then I was like, yes, Kakadu. Anyways, maybe someday I'll spend that much on this sunscreen, but not anytime soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't worry, this isn't going in the trash. I'm going to separate, clean, and recycle all of this good stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm always fascinated to see what I amass, what I'm actually using up, how many deodorants I need per month. It's great information. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you stay cool. Bye.